Jay Mazini just got an arrest warrant issued by the FBI. He's been detained by the FBI, and we got new charges related to the Bitcoin scam we covered a long time ago. We've been going after Jay Mazini for 3 months, guys. Over 3 months. And boys, he's done. The goose is cooked. He's finished. We're doing the long intro today because, oh boy, got a lot to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all. My name is Coffeezilla, and you're entering the $10 million studio, boys. Home of the internet detective. Let's go to the desk, okay? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if I seem a little excited today. You'll have to forgive me. It's pretty unusual. Normally we talk about people and, you know, they just keep ripping people off. But in the case of Jay Mazini, I said since day one that this man's different. He's different. He's ripping people off so cynically that I knew he was going down. I knew it, okay? And we've been saying it on this show now for, I think my first video on Jay was in December, like early December 10th. And it has been a saga. It's been like a Game of Thrones epic adventure. Multiple videos, multiple scams. Literally, we haven't even covered them all at this point. I mean, have you guys ever heard of Habibi Life? That was another one of his scams. There's lawsuits that he's involved in that we haven't even talked about. But this man was scamming so blatantly, so out in the open, that today I'm going to walk you guys through it all, culminating in the FBI getting involved. Again, we've talked about how he was arrested. That was for kidnapping charges. Now, the FBI have gotten involved for different reasons. And their charges look eerily similar to a certain somebody's video. So we're going to talk about all of it, guys. I'm just so happy. This is such a vindication to the victims who have stepped forward in all of this. You guys don't understand. I talk to victims all the time, and, you know, a common thing is like, is it worth it? Do I come forward? Yes. And this is the best example of why. He wants to go out by, as cynically as possible, ripping off his fan base. I was right. So I said it there. Over here, when we were talking to the Bitcoin victim, we also had a similar point expressed. Are you willing to go to court about that?
Oh, I would. I think this is bigger than a court case.
You're right about that, Ahmad. You definitely were, my friend. You were right. And then again, another one of his victims said the exact same thing.
Where do I see this going? Honestly, I'm hoping to God, I hope he rots in jail.
Everyone has said the same thing, which is that this guy is headed for jail. I mean, he is doing things that are so unconscionable. And I had to call it out because I was like, dude, this might take too long. We got to protect the victims. And so that's exactly what we set out to do. And I'm happy to say that a few days ago, or about a week ago, Jay Mazini was arrested, but not for the reasons we had talked about, for kidnapping charges. Now, at this point, he's just been scamming for so long. But again, he wasn't charged for that initially. He was charged for kidnapping, okay? He kidnapped a person, and we actually interviewed that person. Here's a quick thing of his injuries. We're going to be talking to him very shortly about exactly what happened. But all you need to know is that it all culminated today in this. Look at this court case. The United States of America against Jay Mazini. First of all, that's incredible. It's a complaint and arrest warrant done by the FBI. Again, guys, right here, FBI have now gotten involved with Jay Mazini. And actually, you can even see in his arrest page, it even says that this is the detainer point. This previously was not filled out. When we first looked at the arrest, the Federal Bureau of Investigation hadn't been involved, but this is absolute proof. This was now is included in his first arrest, which is for, again, kidnapping. The FBI has also just taken over the case. I mean, it seems like they've just like taken over this whole thing, and it makes sense because of how bad the situation is. So let's go over what he's now been charged with by the FBI, now that I give you guys all that context for what's been going on. And can I just say, I mean, look, have we taken a moment to just, I mean, oh, there we go. Congratulations to you guys. You guys made all of this possible. I mean, seriously, with you guys raising a big, raising hell about this, I really do believe that this may not have happened without that. And you can actually see in the charges some familiar people. So check this out, guys. Beginning in or around January 2021, the defendant, Jabara Igbara, also known as Jay Mazini, began using his social media accounts to solicit followers to sell him Bitcoin. We've talked about all of this. If you've watched my video, I'll leave a playlist of our Jay Mazini scam series. You can watch it yourself. But here's the important thing. One such individual worked for a company based outside the United States that held Bitcoin and was looking to obtain US dollars. Individual 2 contacted the defendant, also known as Jay Mazini. Igbara promised that he would wire $195,000 in exchange for 5.049 Bitcoin. Now, why does that sound familiar? Well, let's go back in time a little bit and watch our first video on Jay Mazini's Bitcoin scam.
I sent him 5.049 BTC.
Oh, how familiar! That's exactly the number we talked about in our video. In addition, it mentions the fact that Jay Mazini sent the guy a copy of his passport identification page. Okay? Now remember what we said in our video.
He provided with full KYC, right? So he provided with his passport.
Now I know you guys are starting to get the picture here, but I mean, let's just go through the full thing, shall we? Please, give me this one, okay? This is a very special day. We peaked, okay? Honestly, honest to God, we peaked. Now, the next person they mention is somebody who transferred approximately $750,000 worth of Bitcoin to Jay Mazini. And Jay apparently sent this guy a TD Ameritrade bank account that was supposedly holding $3 million in it. Now, again, remember, what was our second victim that we talked to saying?
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and I'll send you an invoice.
Look at that, $750,000. That sounds awfully familiar. Oh my gosh, dude. Guys, honestly, I'm just doing this because I'm so proud of the victims who came forward. And, you know, I'm just so proud of each and every person who spoke out against this man. And really, you guys are the ones who brought this man to justice. Listen, without the brave people who spoke out against Jay Mazini, there is no arrest. There is no bringing this man to justice. So I want to take a second to thank everybody who came on the show, was brave enough to put their face on camera and explain the fact that they got scammed. That's a hard thing to do. And if you've been scammed by Jay Mazini, you can go to the Internet Crime Complaint Center. It's called ic3.gov. I think that's the best place to submit your, complaints at this point. It's never too late to submit your complaint, whether it's about Jay Mazini, you've been scammed by something else. This is just a great portal to submit your complaints. Please, it really, look, is this not evidence? It really does make a difference. Let me give you guys the final part of this whole thing, which I find to be hilarious, which is that this guy was telling our victim that he had, look at this, $3 million to transfer to individual number 3. But in actuality, this was a lie, and the balance in the account that he was talking about was approximately $162. Jay Mazini, claiming to having $3 million, actually had a balance of $162. Are you joking? This man who scammed so many people, he doesn't have any money. He's broke. You guys have been following a broke loser, total loser, who is now in jail, detained by the FBI, arrest warrant by the FBI. I mean, this is just mind-blowing, and I love it. I mean, you guys can probably tell. This is like one of the greatest days of my life. Oh man, this is it's a blast, and again, you'll just have to forgive me for kind of making this whole thing long-winded because, man, I am enjoying every second of it. This is not going to happen very often, but it's proof again that this stuff does matter. Oh man, it's just mind-blowing. So to everyone who submitted their complaint to the FBI recently, thank you. Thank you for helping make the world a little bit better of a place. To everyone who's been scammed, don't be afraid to use your voice. Guys, scams are criminally underreported. You guys need to report it when you've been scammed. Justice is slow, but it will come. So with that being said, I guess that's all I really have to say. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this recap, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.